You can run me through any machine you want. I'll even take off my clothes.
Come on, baby, make it hot.
Just do me a favor. Don't make me wait. Don't inconvenience me.
Come on, baby, make it hot.
Calls for full-body scanners at airports in the wake of that failed plane bombing. The machines can see through clothes.
These full scanners, these full-body scanners that perhaps would have detected this explosive device on Abdul Muttalib, but are not so widely used because of privacy concerns. Can we now throw that debate, that argument out the window?
Well, I think this is just the kind of situation that indicates that we need to go a bit further.
Congressman Bill Pascrell, Democrat of New Jersey. Good to talk to you, sir. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
The downside to it is that you have health concerns if it's too powerful and you have people that are traveling on a regular basis, that they're, in the case of microwaves, it may be irradiated to a point where they can see health problems down the road.
Security experts are saying that a full-body imaging machine could have prevented the attempted terrorist attack on Christmas Day. The devices can effectively peer through clothing, so airline passengers cannot hide objects like plastics or powders that could be used to make a bomb by strapping them onto their bodies. But critics are saying the imagers invade privacy. Given the fact that we're living in this post 9/11 era and that there are new realities setting in with the terrorists coming up with other ways to try to penetrate our security measures, do you think it's going to come to a time where we're going to have to sacrifice some of the privacy that we've enjoyed in order for us to be safer as citizens and passengers aboard planes?
Well, I think we've already done that to some degree, and it's sad, but we also have to do it.
There's a flurry of activity on the production floor at Rapiscan in Jackson County. Workers are busy building the new body scanning machines that are about to be shipped to TSA.
We have been tasked to deliver 150 machines between the December and the April time frame. We are on schedule to deliver 40 this month, which will begin deploying into U.S. airports in January.
Privacy is the other big concern with so-called see-through technology allowing authorities to look underneath people's clothes, raising the age-old question of how much personal dignity and freedom from warrantless government searches we're willing to tolerate in exchange for more security.
Airline travelers in particular have given up a tremendous amount of privacy and even rights, certain basic rights to get on an airplane. We are searched when we get on an airplane. We've without a warrant, and that has become normal operating procedure for all of us now. We accept that. We're willing to essentially allow authorities to be able to see us naked.
The sad wisdom is we are never going to get perfect airline security, but the closer we get to it, the more we will have to give up.
And the Dutch Interior Ministry now says they will be using full body scans on all departing flights in Amsterdam. That is, of course, where the suspect's flight originated. Well, here in the U.S., Chicago's O'Hare Airport will get the scanners, which provide a detailed, under-the-clothes view of a passenger in the first half of this year. But not everyone's supporting this increased use of technology. Mike German is a former FBI agent, now policy counsel for the ACLU, which opposes the use of these scanners. Mike, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, former Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff, among other people, say if these scanners had been in place, it would have likely picked up the device that this suspect was carrying. Isn't this a reason enough to put aside these objections of privacy over security?
Well, first of all, it's very easy to say that, and it's less clear whether that's actually a true statement. Long before this event, the concern about this body scanning image from a security standpoint was that it wouldn't detect something like plastic explosives that's malleable and could be hidden very easily. And clearly, where these terrorists are now hiding these things, sometimes apparently even in body cavities, this type of technology would not help. So the idea that this type of technology would have stopped it, number one, is not necessarily true.
Well, Mike, even if it is just one more layer of security, one of your arguments, one of your objections, as you said, was that it brought up images that maybe could be posted online, that could be sent out into the internet. But the TSA says these machines can't store, print, transmit images of any kind. So do you still have that argument?
Of course that's still an argument. I mean, this technology, while again it's untested whether it would actually work to solve today's threats, also creates a picture of your naked body. And not every American who wants to travel should have to submit to a virtual strip search that creates a digital record of that image.
But the TSA is saying that it doesn't keep any record of it. The images are not stored anywhere.
Well, I would doubt very seriously, you know, as a former FBI agent, I know that would be very valuable evidence if the TSA then takes some action. So clearly they're going to be keeping some of the images. And once the technology is in place to keep some of the images, who is going to oversee to make sure that the images aren't misused in some way in the first place? In the second place, before we even get to what they do with the image, you know, why should every American traveler have to submit to be standing naked in front of a government agent when that is not necessarily a way that's actually going to improve security?
Well, just to clarify also that the face would be blurred and there would only be one person in the room, according to the TSA. The person that's actually standing next to the scanning device would never see that image, according to the TSA, right?
Well, again, it's the government saying, trust us, just like they said, you know, when we want to take away the right to privacy in your communications with the Patriot Act and the amendments to the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, trust us, this will make you safer. Well, here we find out 9 years later, we're not any safer. So the idea that we should just trust the government and that there's some magic bullet out there that will protect everything isn't true. It's up to the government to prove this technology is effective before it's implemented. Plus, if we're going to be investing in other technology, in new technology, let's invest in technology that doesn't have this huge privacy impact. You know, there's this puffer technology that will detect trace elements of plastic explosives. That would be far more effective if it works than this, where plastic explosives could be hidden. So why not put the money into that type of technology that doesn't have this huge privacy downside? And why would you want to subject every traveler to the most intrusive technique? Where the government has reason to believe somebody is doing something wrong, they have ample authority to investigate them, and they need to do that rather than throwing money after new technology that is completely unproven and that may not solve the problems we're facing today.
All right, Mike German, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, President Obama, this is me, Jack Anderson. I live in St. Paul, and I'm on the terrorist watch list, and my mom and dad can't even get me off it. And we tried everything we could, but nobody can get me off it. And Santa can't even get me off it, so I'm wondering if you can get me off it. Thank you. Bye.